Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. You called last night regarding the Durango.
Yes.
Okay, I checked with my GM, and he said we can take an order if you want. They can take an order, and usually it takes about 6 to 8 weeks.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and welcome back to another video where I chronicle my ultimate financial demise due to my ridiculous addiction to purchasing cars. And at this point, I finally woke up to the words that I've been waiting for my lovely wife to say to me for quite a long time now, which was, okay, I want a Hellcat Durango. And they're coming out. So we are going to talk about why she wants one of those, and I'm going to give you a little prelude, is her BMW is lacking in something that the Durango has, which has led to us needing to trade cars with a good friend of ours for her BMW, for this 2000-something Ford Flex, which isn't a bad-looking car, but it has 3 rows of seats, and her BMW doesn't. And
driving on the road like I'm the only one. Shooting to the green, I talk only one. Bible on the dash, they with the holy wine. I know I put in work, they didn't notice none. Switch gears, clubhouse, took me 6 years. Marble floors, gold trim, feel like I'm Richie Rich, Italian leather, French suede. I mix the fist sick, quick loss, take a risk. We play for the win. Might spend a mill at the rug store like Manafort. But making purchases you can't afford. I move the money like it's illegal. Something more of Rick and Mortars, where I move dead, people lay low. Took L's, know how those days go, say so.
all right, let's get started, but before we do, we've got to roll the windows down and go. Oh, I love this car. Anyways, so as I promised you all last week, I would be shouting out a small up-and-coming YouTuber every week, especially during Christmas time, is one of my ways of giving back. And one YouTuber that I think is awesome, and the channel you should subscribe to, is The Speed Addiction. This guy reviews souped-up, kind of street race cars, heavily tuned, heavily modified, and he makes you feel like you're in the car experiencing what he's experiencing with these cars. So check out his channel. I'll put the link in the description below. I know you will love it as much as I do, and you'll catch yourself just watching all of his videos. He's at about 1,800 subscribers right now, and I told him the other day he's going to blow by me in no time because his videos are so good. So check it out so you can say you were there when he was still a small channel, and give him a like, give him a subscribe, and tell him I sent you in his comment section on his videos. Next, folks, I just want to throw out there that we're a week away from Christmas. It's been one hell of a hard year. No question, we've all been struggling with heavy challenges, and I would just say that go out of your way to give back. I know that sounds a little cliche, and everybody's trying to be motivational on YouTube and say kind things, but I kind of walk the walk. So I'm going out of my way right now to do good and kind things for others, because people did good and kind things for me when I was basically on my knees, broke out of my mind in about 2008. So I will never forget the people who stood up and helped out with no judgment whatsoever. And as a result, whenever I possibly can, I try to at least extend my hand to others. And you never know the impact that you're going to make on people. And certainly on this channel, so many of you have commented and said really kind things and left really nice messages, direct messages on my Instagram, sharing how these videos in the motivational section has impacted your life, and that fills my bucket up. So thank you for doing that. I appreciate it, and I'll keep doing this because of you letting me know how these things impacted you. And those of you, several just last week, that bought new Dodge Challengers and Chargers because of this channel, let Dodge know, and they owe me a check. Just kidding. But nonetheless, I'm so excited for all of you that are getting your cars this year. But back to helping people out. Listen, there was a time, and I just got to share this with you, that I was down on my knees. I mean, things were really rough in 2008 after that last big recession, and I was in the real estate business, so it was the epicenter of that. And I've got a whole video I'm going to do, hopefully in next 2 or 3 weeks, on what happened, what I went through, and I'm just getting my head around sharing it with you all. But because of some of the negative commenters and some of the strange commenters who are making comments like, I'm entitled, everything's been handed to me, well, it's, you've got, privilege for this reason or that reason, as though I woke up one day and then got a bunch of stuff. I absolutely think that I'm going to kind of break the mold. Everybody's telling you on YouTube, how great they're doing and all the cool stuff that they have. I'm going to go ahead and show you my lowest point in a few weeks, so stay tuned for that video. But during that time, just a little snippet of what's coming up is I was flat broke, and this guy doesn't even know this. He's a pretty famous guy at this point, but I won't say his name because I'm not going to exploit my relationship with him. But nonetheless, he comes to my house in his Lamborghini, and he has no clue that I am literally like in foreclosure and losing everything and scraping together money for groceries. And he says, hey, you want to go look at some houses with me? And I'm like, yeah, dude, let's go. And I jump in his Lamborghini, and we take off, and we're cruising. He goes, hey, would you hand me that envelope in my my glove compartment? And I open his glove compartment, and there's one of those small little bank cash-sized envelopes, and it's about that thick. So I go to hand it to him, and he goes, you know what? Nah, you keep it. And I'm like, what is it? So I open it up, and it's cash, and it's $10,000 in cash in $100 bills. And I said, why are you doing this? He goes, you've been a great friend. You've always helped me. You helped me, get to where I'm at today, and you did it never expecting anything, and I appreciate that you're always there when I need you, and just thanks, man. Go spend it, have some fun. What he didn't know is I wasn't going to have any fun. I was going to use that to go file bankruptcy and go down in flames and try to reset my life and dig myself out of a hole. And to this day, he does not know. I've never told him how bad things were. I looked out the window to the right because I was so welled up with emotion, because it was going to basically set us free from the insane amount of pain we were going through financially. And it did. It got us to reset and get back on track and go out there and restart our life. And now things could not be better, and I can't imagine ever going back to that place. Which leads me to my next part about this video about the Durango, but we'll take a minute before we get there. You never know if the thing you do for somebody today, picking up the groceries at the grocery store for the family standing behind you, if that's going to significantly change their life and put them in a position to be able to maybe reset, do something else, maybe buy Christmas presents, whatever it is. So I'm going out of my way to do some things. I'm not going to video those things. I'm not going to put them on YouTube, and I'm not going to use them to get credit. I'm sharing these things with you so that you do the same. So hopefully that helps. Now, I know I could go do a me paying for groceries for somebody, for a family in a grocery store video, and probably get 1 million views and help my channel grow. I'm not going to do that. I'm telling you, you have my commitment. I'm not going to do that, which means my channel is going to grow a little slower. But if I can get all of you to go do that, the world becomes a little bit better place, right? And you all have inspired me to keep doing that with all of your great comments and messages on Instagram. Now, let's talk about where we're going with this Hellcat, because my fears from all the tough times that I've gone through in my lifetime are like grooves in my soul, scars in my skin, that anytime I think about going out and buying something expensive, I immediately trigger right back to 2007 and 8 when things really got out of my control, and it was really hard to get them back in control. And I worry sometimes. I get nervous. Things are really good. I mean, it would take quite a while for us to go broke again at this point, but I still have those scars. Some of you may have those same scars that you're trying to manage through as well. And that is why when my wife finally says, after me thinking that she would never say yes about getting a Hellcat Durango because she was so in love with her BMW, that she finally says the other day, you know what? I looked at a Durango, I saw one, and I like it. I actually like it, and because it's got the third row seat and my BMW doesn't, I think I'm good with it. So if you want to go looking, or, I'm open to it. And I'm sitting here going, wow, I mean, thanks for telling me now, after I bought the BMW a year ago, but nonetheless, I love that she's she's come in that direction towards the Mopar family, and that Hellcat Durango is bringing her here. Now, no question, I could talk her into the SRT. No problem. I believe she would be more than happy with that, but I wouldn't. I'm thinking, how awesome would it be to bring a Durango Hellcat to the channel? I think it would be great, and I think it would help the channel. So we're going to explore that and see what it looks like, because we just bought the BMW a year ago, which means it would probably cost me $6 or $7 grand, maybe a little bit less, who knows, to get out of the BMW, and it would cost me another $8 to $10 grand to put a down payment on the Hellcat. So that's a big chunk of cash that we've got to throw out there. We could do it, and for those of you who say, well, you know, if you have money, why don't you pay cash? I wish I could throw my bank statements and everything up here to show you we have the cash. I can go in to the Dodge dealership today and write a check for a $90,000 Hellcat Durango. And really, the problem is the amount of stress that I would have just letting that much money go in one shot when I could borrow that money at 3 or 4% interest rate. I think I even saw like 0.9% interest available right now. So I'm going to use the bank's money. So get yourself past that. But I got to share with you why we're looking at the Durango, the other reasons. Other than having the third row seat, what she likes about it is the third row seat. What I like about it is we've been talking for a long time about getting a motorhome or a boat or both, and the challenge with her BMW is it only tows a little over 4,000 pounds. And while a boat, most boats we would be looking at might be right around that weight, maybe a little bit less, what I learned, having owned 2 boats in the past, that when you max out the towing capacity, so if the towing capacity is 4,400 pounds and you buy a boat that's 4,400 pounds, it's not fun to tow that boat places. You have anxiety, you feel the weight of that boat, almost fighting you as you're going up and down hills or pushing on you, and it's uncomfortable, not to mention the wear and tear on the cars. When you do that, it does put some stress on the transmission. So I like the idea of having a SUV that can tow 8,700 pounds. I mean, we get a camper or a boat, anything, we could pretty much tow anything we want to tow. And the other reason is you're getting the big 15.76 piston Brembos on the front, which I would definitely opt for, because stopping that big truck along with something you're towing is kind of important, and those brakes would come in handy. So the other opportunity I see here with the Durango Hellcat is that they're saying they're only going to make it for 1 year because of the evaporative emissions regulations that are going to make it really hard to sell a 710 horsepower gigantic SUV. So I'm thinking that this thing's going to hold its value. So if I buy that Hellcat Durango and a year and a half, 2 years from now, they're not making any more of these things, then I'm not going to be in as tough a position as I would be in her BMW. So I might be able to at least make back what I will lose on the BMW in the next 2 or 3 years, in that Durango will hold its value. And then lastly is, this is a business. So right now the BMW literally does nothing for me on this channel. I shot one video about it, and you guys only, I think a couple thousand of you watched it, and it took like 3 months to get there. So it's clearly not a draw on a Mopar channel, right? You're not even curious. But this would get the views, which means it would improve let's just be honest, I've always been transparent with you all, but it would improve my ad revenue and probably cover the payment on that Durango. But the payment is going to be probably $1,300 or $1,400 a month, so it would be really nice if the channel kind of helped pay for it, which I think would happen. If it didn't, we'd be fine, but I think it would happen. And that would also create a situation where that Durango Hellcat is a business expense under the channel. So now everything starts to make really much better sense to me and dissipate that fear that I have. And then the next thing is, I want that Lamborghini. And to the Lambo guy that comments on every single video, get rid of the Hellcat, get rid of my hearse, get rid of that boat. Brother, This is a Mopar channel. This Hellcat ain't going nowhere. My will has been changed to tell anyone who's handling my remains when I finally pass, hopefully many, many years from now, to bury me in this thing. So it's not going anywhere. The Hellcat's staying in my life. Mark my words, I will drive this thing into the ground until I'm 90 years old, and that just is what it is. But I want the Lamborghini too. And that means if I buy that Hellcat, that it could delay that depending on how the channel's affected. So I would love your comments in the comment section below to tell me what you think I should do. What do you think we should do? Because I could get my wife the SRT and she would be perfectly happy, have her third row seat, and I would save a significant amount of money compared to getting the Hellcat Durango, because the prices on those things are, I just spec'd one out, I'll show you in a second, $85,000, $90,000. You can get over $90,000 really fast. So what do you think we should do? Please comment below. Alright, so we're on the Dodge website. Select the Durango Hellcat, and of course we would want all black with the black wheels, black mirrors, everything. We want the nicer wheels because you can't get the all black package without getting those. The interior, I would choose red, and I would choose the red seat belts, but she wants black with the black seat belts. Sunroof, of course, gotta have the sunroof because I didn't get it on this car, and she wants the sunroof. Gotta have the blind spot and cross path detection because I want her safe driving our daughter around as well. And there's the black package. Gotta have the black package. I don't want to have to do all that work myself, and that's gonna make this thing look so much better. So now you can see here the price, and I didn't get everything on this thing. $85,775, and with 10% down, that's $1,420 a month. So that's pretty nuts. But look at that thing. Look at how beautiful that black looks. That is just gorgeous. Look at that. Awesome. If we want to add stripes later, OC Wraps will take care of us. We can make that thing look even more awesome. But right now, I just love how that jet black looks, and that's exactly what she wants. So we will be working on this decision over the next few weeks. I was told it would take about 6 weeks to get it once we go to the dealership, and if we end up going to the dealership, then we will take you with us and we'll shoot a video on that. Share below, let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for following the channel. Thank you so much for all your positive comments, and don't be afraid to turn your phone around or get a camera and start uploading your own videos, and let me know if you do, and I will be your first subscriber, I promised, and maybe give you a shout out on my channel over the next couple weeks or months. Maybe we'll do this forever. Thanks again. Talk to you later. See you next week.
Shooting to the green, I talk a holy wine. Bible on the dash, they with the holy wine. I know I put in work, they didn't know this time. Switch gears, clubhouse, took me 6 years. Marble floors, gold trim, feel like I'm Richie Rich. Tying left, front sway, I mix the fifth, sick, quick loss. Take a risk, we play for the win.